Super T Sigma programming. All right, so the rest of the questions asked by Dark Triad 715 go as follows. Uh, what is your opinion on saying a new high vibrational world is coming in the next few years? Many people say ancient civilizations will come out of the water. Yeah, a lot of people are talking about the return of the Aquarians, the return of the Sumerians, Lumerians. And while we can't prove or disprove it, I haven't seen, any physical manifestations of this, but a lot of people do talk about that. And essentially there's a story that goes into like an underwater prison and like all kinds of things of that nature. But what we can do though, and what we could prove is the metaphorical reality of it. Let's say we're all in a sea of things, right? We're all in a vibration or in a voluminous substance, so to speak, right? The air is just another form of water at a either much higher or much lower density, whatever makes the molecular structure oxygen versus water. It's basically the same thing. Birds fly just like fish swim. So you have this concept that we're all in the sea anyway, and from a, I guess, an astrological perspective, we're in Aquarius, so we're in a water bearing age anyway, and we're in a time of self-schooling anyway. And when bodies of fish move, they move in what is called schools. So that underwater lesson has a lot to do with being birthed and how to prepare yourself to be birthed in this new age, because you're underwater just like a baby in the womb, waiting to be born on the surface, or born again, as the scriptures say. So that's a born again reinvention process. Some people are going through their Saturn of return. Some people are going through their Jupiter ascending. So you have a lot of that goes on. So we could take we could take the water lessons that way. And yeah, there's a lot of galactic type of videos, Galactic Federation videos, and Arcturian Council videos, and Pleiadian Star Sea group. Yup. There's a lot of that going on too with the new high vibrational world. Say, welcome. We are headed into the 5D Earth. Get ready. And from what I hear, people say that these kind of messages have been going out since the 70s. They'd be like, get ready. In a few years, it's getting ready to come. We're all coming to get you, rescue you. This and that is going to happen. Here's going to be a change. And from a business sense, with a mean tycoon's eye would say, oh, they're just stringing you along with a story to have you think that something's going to come that isn't. But I would propose something different if we're going to speak beneficially. The invitation to go into a new vibrational earth or world is an open opportunity, always has been. And I don't know whether or not it always will be, but for the most part, it always has been. You hear a lot of stories, you read a lot of text where people have seemingly transcended their environment, their circumstances, where for them they may have been raised in a hell but built a heaven on earth out of it. So for them, they entered into the 5D. And really that whole concept is that you're living from an attraction standpoint versus a physical labor and toil, sweat of your brow, Adam way to get it. That is a 5D concept, to become what it is that you desire, to the point that you attract what it is that you desire because you believe you have it. Living this way with every fiber of your being is a fifth dimensional existence, and probably even higher dimensions than that, but it's at least higher than four. And I've spoken about the fourth dimension of pain and purgatory and other videos, but that's pretty much that, you know what I mean? So that's why I'm not saying 4D. not the lower astral realm where it's real chaotic and beyond windy from a thought form perspective, so to speak. So that's the vibrational thing. And the ancient civilizations coming out of water, that's going to be what we can physically prove right now about it. Anyone who's speaking from those texts like Emerald Tablets of Thoth, Zoroaster, things of that nature, if people are coming out as teachers and any kind of artist or what have you, and they're bringing these concepts to the table, they would be looked at as the ancient civilizations that are coming up out of the water. They have a whole nother style, whole nother vibration. You can classify them as rare enough to be considered those that come out of the water. And also another allegory to coming out of the water is the baptized ones, the ones that come up new, washed in the washing of regeneration. In the new Masonic temple, the one beyond the skies has a R. This one on this earth has a G for the generative principle, but that one has a R for the regenerative principle. That is a constant recycling. It's a loop of life. It's a torus field. It's a halo. You get that? A vortex of energy that, turns in on itself, but spins outward too. It's a rotating ring, like a donut. So, that is connected to a lot of combinations of those schools of thought. And with the whole darkness being at its peak and a new world ruled by light will reign, you hear a lot of a lot of discussions about that too. There's a lot of talk going on about that. And light will reign. That's happening now because we're in the information age. That was the allusion to it, not illusion, but allusion to it. Because light means knowledge, and we're in a time of super knowledge. The library of the whole planet is put in the palm of your hand now. That is that is the light. Anything else would just be us physically looking for earthly signs, and so far we haven't seen anything. I'm not going to say that it's not true and will not happen. I'm just going to say I haven't seen it yet. I haven't even seen a meteor shower. I see shooting stars once or twice a month, but that's about as far as physically galactic that I've seen. And I've seen weird, strange things in the sky too. Like I might have to discuss some of those things that I've seen in the video. But these things can be looked at as purely speculative. So I usually don't get into like seeing strange coincidences, because really, from the perspective that I'm kind of building on, really like trying to hover between 9D and 13D, 7, you know what I mean? The more those kind of things, string theory and group think and omniversal type of thought, that we can get into those, but it's better to like work our way up to that, or else it's just going to sound like wild madness. So I don't want to do that and sound fantastic. And I mean that the other way. You know what I mean? I don't want to sound fantastic. There's art for that. That's what the rhymes are for. I'm trying to be fantastic in the rhymes, and use like the very artistic, surreal type of, that's where I express that, and that's where that kind of energy is intended. It's poetry. So yeah, we're in that time now. When you look around, and just the fact that we're communicating like this, we're definitely in a new world. We weren't even able to do this 25 years ago. 25 years ago, our cell phones didn't even have color. Or let me say 30 years ago. 30 years ago, just 30 years ago, cell phones didn't even have color. And now all of this is happening and more, just with the cell phones. So that's Building in the Comments, Vol.3. Shout out to Dark Triad 714. Everyone else is welcome with questions, etc. And we'll either do them on the fire side or the icy side. Super T Sigma, Sigma programming. Stay up.